know who we are. You know who we are. We are QPR.
This week's Player of the Week is Icelandic forward Heidar Helguson. Now, Helguson had an excellent career across multiple clubs, where he was a fan's favourite everywhere he went. He first moved to England in 1999, joining Watford for a club record fee at the time of £1.5 million. Watford were in the Premier League at the time, and he scored on his debut against Liverpool, but he was unable to keep them in the league as they were relegated back to the Championship. He helped Watford to the FA Cup semi-final in 2003, and he won the Player of the Year there in 2005 after scoring 20 goals across that season. In total, he scored 55 goals in his 174 games for Watford before moving to Premier League side Fulham, where he proved himself at a top level, causing problems to all defences and scoring 11 goals across his 2 seasons at the club. Now, a move to Bolton in 2007 didn't really work out for him, as he struggled with injuries before making a move to Loftus Road on loan in November 2008 under new manager Paulo Sousa. Now, the club was splashing the cash at the time under Flavio Briatore, and Helguson was seen to be the one who could add goals and quality to the Rangers' attack. He made his debut as a second-half sub in a 0-0 draw at Crystal Palace, before getting his first start of the season at home to Wolves in a 1-0 win for Rangers. Helguson got his first QPR goal away at Plymouth in a 1-1 draw, and he followed that up with an impressive display against Preston at Loftus Road.
Attack down the Queen's Park Rangers left. Got it at the far side. That's Queen's Park Rangers 1. Preston North End 0. Cross on left hand side. Courts goes towards the near post, goes towards the far, stooping header, and a touch on the goal line. And it's QPR 2. Preston North End 1, and a second goal for Heidar Helguson. It's third in 2 games now, and it's a bit of goal-mouth scramble.
It had been a decent start, and QPR made the loan move permanent, signing him for an undisclosed fee in January 2009. Helguson was back among the goals away at Blackpool, scoring these goals in an impressive 3-0 win to make it 5 goals for the season in just 10 appearances. Under Sousa, though, Rangers found goals quite hard to come by as we struggled to create chances. It was a difficult team for a forward to play in Loftus Road, and we scored just 4 goals in the next 9 games before Sousa was sacked. That sacking proved to be bad news, though, for Helguson, who was in and out of the side and struggling for goals. And despite starting the following season as first-choice striker, new manager Jim Magilton didn't really fancy him too much and replaced him with loan forward Jay Simpson. Helguson was then loaned out to Watford for the remainder of the season. He actually did well at Watford, scoring 11 goals that season. And back at QPR, we tried a number of different forward options, but never really found the right balance or improved on Helguson. When Neil Warnock took over as manager, he made a point of speaking to Helguson at Watford and telling him that he'd be the main man at QPR next season. Now, I'm not sure many QPR fans at the time felt that way, and most of us expected new arrivals up front that summer. But as the 2010-11 season started, it was Helguson up front, and he grabbed his opportunity with both hands. His hold-up play was absolutely magnificent. He was winning headers, holding off defenders, and bringing flair players like Hogan Ephraim and Adel Taarabt into the game. Rangers started the season brilliantly, and this wonderful finish against Scunthorpe gave him his 2nd goal of the season. He was ruthless from the penalty spot, with a slow, staggered run-up, which raised anxiety around the stadium every time we got a penalty, but he rarely missed. He scored 5 penalties that season. When Rob Hulse joined, many expected Helguson to be dropped, but his performances were outstanding, and he kept the new man out virtually all season. After an incredible start, where Rangers won 7 of their first 9 games, we travelled across London to face Crystal Palace, where Helguson showed his great bravery to win us the game in the last minute.
Helguson's touch, Mackie in behind Bennett. Nobody in hoops in the box at the moment. Mackie has to check. Legion Wood wants it. Wants somebody left. Smith is that man. In goes the cross. Up goes Speroni. He's lost it! QPR have found a winning goal. Heidar Helguson. That is what champions are made of. Speroni is furious. Patient build-up, leisure wood for Smith. Rangers needed quality, he delivered. And Speroni, who's been magnificent all game, doesn't get there. Helguson doesn't foul him at all. It's a sickening blow for Crystal Palace, who thought they got a point. And the travelling Rangers fans enjoying themselves on their travels again.
That incredible season saw the goals shared around the team, but Helguson was a key man in that side, and he helped get the best out of everyone. As the team started to wobble a little bit, he stepped up, scoring at Preston and then at home to Ipswich, before this double at Middlesbrough kept us top of the table.
The visitors who have possession with Bradley Orr on their right-hand side. So no quarter Astor given out there on the pitch at the moment. And it's up towards Tarap now, on the edge of the penalty area, inside the penalty area, just Hines in front of him. Tarap, back to Helguson. Shot, takes a deflection loop. Oh, it's gone in. How cruel. How cruel is that? Tarap found Helguson. His shot takes a deflection, and all Jason Steele could do was to lay on the floor and watch in sheer agony as the ball bubbled into the back of the net. And Barry Robson tries to get his first touch. QPR wide now with Routledge taking on Tony McMahon, trying to beat McMahon. Puts a great looking ball in, free header back of the net. It's 2-0 now to Queen's Park Rangers. And Heidar Helguson getting his second goal of the afternoon. The first one was with the aid of a deflection. The second one was as a result of a terrific burst of pace by Wayne Routledge. An excellent ball delivered, inviting the centre forward to head it into the back of the net. And head it into the net he did. And Queen's Park Rangers now opened up a big gap. It's Borough 0, it's QPR 2.
After news broke of a possible points deduction, what looked like a stroll to promotion started to bring some panic, but Helguson calmed those nerves again. We faced Crystal Palace at home, and he was on target again.
Smith, still. QPR retained the ball. It's with Derry, good ball from Derry. Surrounds! It's in! It's a goal! Helguson's claiming it. Silences this big travelling support from Palace. And it's QPR 1, Crystal Palace 0. Helguson, easy, 2-1.
Some of his performances in that run-in were just superb, especially in a win up at Barnsley, where Helguson ran all night fighting for every ball, coming back to defend bravely, and ensured we won that game. After we finally secured promotion and the celebrations of a no points deduction began, Helguson gave us a perfect start on that last day of the season, scoring his 13th goal.
Sean Derry, once of Leeds, he talked about what a great honour it was and a privilege to play for Leeds. Here's Busaki in for Tarats and into Tommy Smith, and Queen's Park Rangers have the lead. Helguson it was in the opening 30 seconds of play. What a day for Queen's Park Rangers. What a celebration day.
Well, you're looking at Schmeichel there, just powering it into his path. Great build-up from it looks so easy for them. It's a great ball into the middle. It's a shot that really the keeper should be saving. And you're wondering there, is he offside? But you listen, he's going to put it away. It really is QPR's day.
Now, after promotion, again, many expected Helguson to be moved on. And that's sort of what happened at the start of that next season. New signings, Jay Bothroyd and DJ Campbell replaced him up front. But it wasn't long before Helguson was back in the side and scoring goals. He scored in a 1-1 draw with Blackburn Rovers before a special day on October the 23rd, 2011, as Chelsea came to town. It was the first time we'd faced them at home in a league game since the 1990s, and when Rangers won an early penalty, there was only one man you really wanted to take it. Helguson stepped up, and he scored the winner on an unforgettable afternoon. He was really proving his critics wrong. He scored 6 goals in 7 games and moved Rangers away from the relegation zone. After the sacking of Neil Warnock, Mark Hughes came in, and he had Helguson to thank for his first home win, as he scored another penalty against Wigan. He then suffered an injury, though, which kind of ruled him out for a few months, and Rangers really missed him up front. But we did stay up that season, and the club thought it was time for him to move on, and he was sold to Cardiff City that summer, where he helped his new club to promotion, as QPR were relegated from the top flight. Across his time at QPR, he played 80 games for us, scoring 28 goals, which included 8 penalties, and he scored twice on 5 different occasions. He also provided 14 assists during that time. 16 of his goals were at home, with 12 of them away from home. Whilst Middlesbrough, Crystal Palace and Preston were his favourite opponents, he scored 3 goals against each of them. He, of course, won the championship with QPR in 2011 in what was his best goal-scoring season for us, scoring 13 times that season. During his career, he also made 55 appearances for Iceland, scoring 12 goals for his country. He was a brilliant target man who remains highly regarded by QPR fans for his time at the club. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give us a like and subscribe to the channel.